Hello, everyone,
Hey.
and welcome back to our YouTube channel, Sisterly Conversations. And the topic is, why is it important to live your best life?
Okay, so it is important to live your best life because why would you not? Um, and because life is short as well. So we are believers in living our best life to the fullest of our potential. Yeah, so we believe in working hard, achieving our goals, but we also believe in having fun, and we love to travel. Traveling is our thing, and we love to see new places. We love to go to different countries, and we have not been to as many countries as we want to go yet, but we've been to a couple, a good set, I guess. And yeah, we believe in doing fun things because at the end of the day, like I said, life is short. And there are many situations that I know of where people work, like Rihanna said. And then at the end of the day, um, they don't they don't do anything. They don't travel. They don't go out. They don't even do a little staycation in the country. And by the way, if you can't really travel outside of the country, you can always do a little staycation within the country. I remember a few years ago, we sent our parents on a staycation to a nice little resort in our beautiful country of Barbados.
Yes, yes.
It's not because they couldn't really travel, but it was because we wanted to do something nice for them while they were within the country. And they enjoyed it like if they were outside of the country. It was beautiful, and they got to, be in a different environment than home. And sometimes that is all you need to have a little relaxation. Maybe if you could find a babysitter or something, you get somebody to take care of the kids, maybe grandparents or something, and just for a night or 2 nights, just go and get a different setting and relax, breathe in some sea air, and when you come back, you rejuvenated to face another week and to face whatever drama comes with that week. So yeah, I think that you don't always have to go out the country, like I said, but yeah, but even here with us, we in Canada, we love to travel within the country as well. Like I think last December we went to Ottawa for the first time. We tried to do like a new province um every year. Yeah, Ottawa is Ontario, but I mean like we try to do a new province still. Like we try to go to like Quebec, because Ottawa is very close to Quebec.
Right.
So technically, it's like you in Quebec anyway. Because even though it's in Ontario, like you literally like so close to Quebec. But anyhow, we try to do cities within Ontario as well. We do a lot of cities within Ontario. I've probably been to like so many cities in Ontario. I've been to. But we haven't really been to like a bunch of provinces. I don't know how this conversation has turned into what we've done, but I'm saying like even within your own country, Canada is huge. So
Humongous.
we have a lot of ground to cover when it comes to Canada because we have so many other provinces to visit. Tony actually went to Nova Scotia and she loves to rub it in people's face.
Of course.
But
just like you went Antigua and rub it in mine.
Antigua is outside the country. But the point is, yeah, so don't think, that. And for those that can't even afford, because I like to think about everybody, for those that can't afford to even do a staycation, then do a beach day.
Exactly.
You got some very, very nice beaches in Barbados, like, wait, name no.
There's
Bathsheba, you could go to
Bathsheba.
Bathsheba, you could, like, you could do like little picnicking at the beach or whatever.
You could do a games day, games evening, games night.
Yeah, or
with
if you want
friends.
time with just you and your love one, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever, you could take a nice stroll on the beach or something. Do something romantic, you know? So, go on, moving on to Tony.
But what I would say too is that, as Shinta would have said earlier, life is extremely short. your life can turn upside down in less than a second.
Yep.
We can personally testify to this. You know, with our dad, he wasn't well back in February, so that kind of changed and twist a whole set of issues. So, but thank God he's doing much better now and stuff. And you know, that taught him too that, you know, son, you gotta take a break. My father travels, yes, but my father loves his work. You know, so even though he is not to the stage that he wants to be at right now, he's still getting better and stuff. But I tell him all the time, just live your life every single day. Try to just be happy and don't worry. Don't worry, you got your family behind you. Right? So that is a teachable moment for our entire family, and we are sharing it with you to just take it easy. I sick. Anyhow, right, take it easy and just go with the flow. There's some people that, as Shanita would have said, isn't able to afford to leave the country. Sometimes, if you just need to be by yourself, just turn off the phone too. Watch some TV. Um, do journaling or whatever. Just to reset and do things that you love to do. If you know that you're an extrovert like me and you gotta have people around you, call over a couple friends and say, look, let me just do a little lime. Or, you know, when we were younger, me and Shanita, we would dance in the house and do the dog. You remember that dish?
I know the dog part, but
No, when they said do the dog, I mean like your dad said that walking up state in the house and all kind of thing and stuff. And then when it would mention, he said had left and came up here. I used to have friends over. We used to cook. We used to dance and all kind of things. So those were the good times, and that's how you enjoy your best life. Um, for me, no, personally, as Shane would have said, I love traveling. I love traveling. And I get happy when I even see the word traveling because it's very exciting and stuff. And I would have visited I visited a province, extra province. And it was really good. Was you were able to see like new stuff, new culture, whatever. And yeah, I enjoy my best life. I was 28. I don't know when I am gonna go. I don't know when God is gonna call my number. So I can just live my best life, live for God, and enjoy myself.
yeah. So as Tony was saying, um, you have to live your best life. But I was gonna say something else, and then Tony was rambling on there. So
Shit
I
is
forgot.
having a senior moment.
So I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, I was gonna say that also is about what you enjoy doing, because sometimes people might not like traveling so much, but they might like bird watching or they might like flowers or something. So
Nature.
right, so you do what you enjoy. Whatever you enjoy, you do it. Some people enjoy their own company, so you could go somewhere and just chill by yourself. It doesn't always have to be with somebody either. So, but the most important message that comes out of this is that don't just work yourself to death. There's just too many stories where people work, work, work. They don't take a break. They don't call in sick. They don't take a vacation. They don't do anything, and then they work right up to retirement age. And this is a point that I find is way too common now. People are working right up until retirement age, and as soon as they hit retirement age, they die.
Correct.
And they don't get to enjoy the retirement money. They don't get to enjoy retirement. They don't get to, and people that say, oh, man, I can work and think, but when I get retirement, I can do this, I can do that, I can buy this, I can go here. And too often, people are not seeing retirement. You're in your young age, in your youth, nothing is wrong with living life and working hard and enjoying yourself, because you don't know, as Tony said, when your number will be called. So the best thing to do is to enjoy your life, have fun, take your sick days, take your vacation days, take your personal days, take whatever other days you could get, and then do what you love. Enjoy yourself. Don't wait until retirement. And then also, when you hit retirement, when you get to a certain age, you got so much aches and pains anyway.
Even at our age, we get little aches and pains.
So it's like, you might be saying, oh, you can wait to retirement to go to this cruise, or you can go wait till retirement to travel this country. But the things that you would do in your youth in another country, hike and climb and go on excursions and all these different things, you might not even be able to go, or if you're able to go, you might not even enjoy it as much because you have pain or something. So the best thing to do is just live your life when you're young. That's my best advice.
Yeah, and I know about many. I remember there was this one nurse back home in Barbados. She used to work in the clinic in the daytime, 7 to 3, and then work accident and emergency. You know how stressful that could be. She working 11 to 7 every single day, and unfortunately she passed away from doing that. And she also had a part-time job too at a private institution as well. That's too much. You literally working your butt off in order for you to pay for the house, pay for the car, pay for this, pay for that. No. If you know that you can't handle something, let it go. Don't work yourself to the point whereby your heart gonna pump out your chest and then you gone, and then gone for nothing.
Yeah, they're working to try to afford a lifestyle or whatever, but are maybe trying to make ends meet and stuff. But sometimes, like 27, you work. I mean, when you young and you choose to work 2 jobs or 2 part-time jobs or whatever, sure, whatever. But like at a certain age, I feel like even if you're working, I feel like you should just take it easy.
Exactly.
You don't want to be working here, and doing this and then at the end of the day, and some people like to work so much to gain so much money, but I find when you work a lot and you gain all this money or whatever, you tend to spend more. When you look around, you don't even know where the money gone.
Exactly.
Some people just be working, and when it comes to the end of the week, they want to be able, but with the money just where it gone, they may know where it gone, and then they gotta be borrowing money from people, and the people be like, wait, but you ain't working, So the best thing to do is just, you have to work, you're grown or whatever, you got your bills, you got your responsibilities, but at the same time, don't overdo.
Yeah, I know of a lady too who used to work with me. She worked 2 full-time jobs. This is the next issue too. Please do not work 2 full-time jobs. Don't do it. That's 16 hours a day you're working every single day. That's a no. But she worked 16-hour days, 2 full-time jobs. She ends up with cancer and a mitral valve prolapse. Imagine.
Yeah, please explain what a mitral valve prolapse is.
Okay, so basically there is a problem with the valve in your heart. The heart has 4 valves. One of the valves is not really working the way it should, and then you're gonna have some issues or whatever. And then everybody knows it's cancer. Right? But the thing is, at least now she slowed down and she can tell her story. But we, as even older people, y'all need to be careful with this. I know y'all want to send the children to college, send them to university, do whatever you want to do, but listen, there are loans and you pay off loans. Not kill yourself and then you can't really enjoy life in that way, because it's super crazy. Your body is supposed to work a certain amount of time. You must have off days.
Correct.
And as Shanita would have said, take your sick days, take whatever days. If you know that you're feeling stressed, take a mental health day. Right? Tell the workplace, I calling in sick. Even if it's just to lay down, you better just rest it off. Because let me tell you something, a workplace can replace you within a second. Yeah. Right. I will never forget when David Thompson died. That was a former prime minister of ours. Let me say he died the Saturday. He died October 23rd. By October 23rd, we had another prime minister swearing in that same day. So it shows that the job can live without you.
Right, life goes on.
Life goes on.
Life goes on when you're gone, because in workplaces, when people die, they might take a moment of silence. Some people don't even like close the workplace for the day. Some places do, but some places might give you a little minute of silence, and then work goes on as usual. And we be like, you would be pretty much working. You don't got no time for family, you don't got no time for friends, you don't got no time for nobody. But these people aren't your family. They're not your friends. What memories are you gonna have when you look back down the road? Or you see yourself working, you haven't made connections, you haven't spent time with people, you haven't taken time out to do what you love, and all you end up with is regrets. Exactly. It makes no sense. At the end of the day, these people don't care. They just want you. You're just a number to do their production, yes, to make money for them. And you're doing this for them, and they're making money, yes, but they're enjoying life while you work for them, and you're slaving yourself off of them. I'm not saying you shouldn't work. You should, because you have to, take care of your responsibilities. But always take time for yourself, your family, your friends, whatever. Like, that's integral. And then another point I wanted to make too is that when you reach a certain age, this might be a bit controversial for me to say, but when you reach a certain age, I feel you should start working anyway. Like, I feel like, I feel like there should be activities for the seniors to do. Right. I feel like there should be like things put in place because when a senior have been working all his life or her life, and then retirement age comes, or it's time to leave the job or whatever. Some jobs will lay you off, some jobs might tell you gotta go, whatever. And then it's like, what do they have to do? That's why some old people tend to die off fast too anyway, because it's like their body is so used to going, and then suddenly, the work stops, they lay you off, whatever, and then they don't have anything else to do. Right. So I feel like there should be like an activity center where old people can go, and maybe they might be able to build, do little work, like plant things, or
doing volunteer,
carpentry, things to keep them busy, but it's not the same thing as working, but it's still work, if that makes sense. They're doing activities to keep their hands doing something, to keep their minds going, and at the same time, it's not work, because at the end of the day, I believe that at a certain age, the old people need to go to make room for the young people to come in to be able to work. Too often, you go into businesses and the old people are there and the young people looking for a job and can't get a job. It's not cool, it's not fair. But at a certain age, you need to move off so that the young people can move on and have an opportunity to work and do what they have to do and make life for themselves. But the old people can't be left just doing nothing. Right. I feel like, like I said, there should be centers where they can go. They don't have to, I'm not talking about a place where the old people have to live like a geriatric home or something, or like an old people's home. I'm talking about a place where they can go and, do activities. And then when they're done, they go back home and think, because they're still healthy enough to do things for themselves. Their mind is still active. Right. But they just need something to do. And so, yeah, I think all of that is things to think about, and, just so that everybody will have something for everybody. But still, at the same time, enjoying yourself and going places, doing what you love, all of that is very, very important.
And I just want to add one more thing before the video ends, because we did a lot of talking. But what I wanted to say is that I always tell my colleagues who retire, I say to them straight, keep active. Right. It is a must to keep active, because when you don't keep active, you are going to lose your mind, whether it might be psychological, losing your mind, or you might just start to act a funny way or whatever. So even though you're no longer working, even if you work like a 1 day, 2 day, something just to keep your mind at ease, and also do like Ashanti activities, do traveling, do whatever you want to do, but just keep active. Just keep active. Don't just go home. And as we would have said earlier, just want to reiterate again, there are too many people who are retiring, and the minute they retire, they die off. Many people that I would have heard over the news, back home, principals, teachers, you name it, as soon as they go home, they die. You don't want that for you. I won't want that for you, and you won't want that for yourself. It's just time to enjoy life right now in the present 2025. So, with that being said, please, because we did a lot of talking, please like, share, and subscribe. Share your views with us in the comments, letting us know how you feel about the topic that is at hand, and we will be responding.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.